Hey, everybody, welcome to tonight's Let's Talk Autism. If you are brand new to our Let's Talk Autism discussion sessions, what this is all about is us just coming together, a safe space so we can learn, share, and support one another. Um, if you have a question, want to share some good news, some bad news, whatever it is, throw it in the chat. If you are another parent who have answers or want to share something, feel free. Towards the end of the live, we will invite you up. For those of you who want to share a business, organization, or something you want to share with the community, we will invite you up and give you the floor, and you can share what you are doing, selling shirts, you have your own organization, what have you. But for those of you who don't know me, I am Nita. I am one of the admins of this wonderful establishment.
Hi, I'm Linda. I'm the other admin here at Autism and Us. Hey,
Hey,
Michelle.
Michelle. Teresa.
Teresa.
Mr. Charles, let me get that link. Can you take over, Linda? I'm going to
Okay.
get the link.
Yeah. Hey, Charles. Hey, Danielle. Good evening. Hey, hi, everybody. Detroit Autism Support Group, Awesome City 313.
Hi, Alexis. How are you? Yeah, she's putting on a prom
Oh,
here.
really?
Yes,
Oh,
her
nice.
organization. It's actually right next door. The place is Durfee. They hold different nonprofits in that building, and they're putting the prom right there. So it's right next door to DeAndre's high school. So isn't that
Oh,
awesome?
nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. That's nice. It's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Cynthia. Good evening.
Hey,
Hey, Diana.
Cynthia,
Hey,
Dinah,
Miriam.
Miriam. Hello.
And Marilyn. Good evening. Hey, Jeremy. Good
Hey,
evening.
Jeremy.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, RS, long time.
Oh, and we have good news. He had his first scan since the cancer removed, and it came back cancer-free. So the cancer is still gone.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah. So we're happy for that.
Awesome.
She has the prom information here, 5/19/23, and it's
So all of you Detroiters, if prom night for the babies and adults and young ones, so visit that link or get in touch with Alexis here on Facebook, and she will give you more information. Thank you for sharing, Alexis.
Thank you. And I really loved everything in the box.
That's awesome. Hey, Teresa, do me a favor and take a picture of your care box, because we're revamping the website and I want to put all of that. So if you could take a picture of the goodies in your care box, that would be awesome. I'm glad you like it, though.
Alexis says, I'm great. Glad to be here. Danielle says, nice. That is neat. They're doing that prom. That's amazing. Danielle says, congratulations, Steve. Thank you, Danielle.
Yes, congratulations.
Hello, this is the first for me from Laura. Welcome, Laura.
Welcome.
Thanks, Michelle. Woohoo, such great news.
Yes,
and
that's
Cynthia,
great news.
thank you. Cancer-free. Thank you. And Teresa, Alexis, thank you. And Charles, looking for the link.
I'll just put it in there, Mr. Charles. I'll put it in. I'm putting it in again now. So, and also I want everybody to save the date, October 1st. We're going to do our mom's event, our brunch. So we are in the planning phase. Danielle's going to help me out with the plans, but more information to come closer we get to time. Well, way before time, but more information to come. So again, if you are brand new to our Let's Talk Autism session, what this is all about, parents supporting parents. And we also have our favorite, Mr. Charles, who is the very wise one. He's on the spectrum himself, so he can give us some insight about autism. But if you have questions, you can throw them in the chat. If you want to share some good news, feel free. If you want to share some bad news, this is a safe space where we can just come and get together and just chat. Sometimes we break the monotony, and that's okay because we need a laugh. Mr. Charles is our comedian, also.
So, how are y'all doing?
Doing good.
Doing good, Charles. How are you?
Doing fine. Just got back. That's why I'm dressed like I am, because Cindy and I just got back. I gave a public talk in the afternoon, and then they took us out to dinner, and we just got home. So.
Oh, nice timing.
Hey, Kenya.
Hello, Kenya. Oh, congratulations, Michelle.
A bowl of hot vegetable soup. Mm.
All right, well, that sounds nice. All right. Very good, Michelle.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Hi, Dinah.
And if you guys missed it, go back. It's on this timeline. Dinah and her son, Nathaniel. Oh my God, he is so well spoken. They did an awesome live. Autism and possibilities. There is a world of it. And oh my God, he is just such a well spoken young man, very respectable, and he answered the questions. So make sure you guys go back and check that out. We did that live. Was it Friday? On Friday.
Yeah, that was really good too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. When we went out to dinner, they took us out to dinner. The ones that took the lead in taking us out to dinner was a man and his, an older man and his grown autistic son. And his son, it's interesting, can remember, license plates, remember dates, remember all kinds of things, attendance numbers at conventions, but he can't count.
Oh, really?
Like, somebody told him he was helping out in a construction project. We need 10 screws here. He couldn't count 10 screws. Somebody had to count them out to him.
Wow. But he's able to take in all the information and numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Numbers. But he can't count numbers.
Yeah, well, it reminds me of Rain Man being able to do all those big multiplications in his head, ones that are beyond my ability to do in my head. I mean, I can do 3-digit numbers, but you get into much bigger than that, and but he could do that, but he couldn't make a simple practical application of simple arithmetic, and it's kind of the similar thing here. It's abilities that to most people would seem wildly inconsistent, but it's because some things we just take for granted. Even I just take for granted, and I am on the spectrum. I still take them for granted. There are things that involve some really complicated, interactions in the brain, and if something isn't quite wired right, then you may be able to do some really complex things, and then some simple things you can't do.
Okay, wait a minute, you guys. This dog is attacking my pillows on my sofa.
Kenya says, I have a question about my son. He's on the spectrum. My son is on the spectrum. He had bad meltdowns time to time at school. Half of the time, the teacher don't want to contact me until he gets home. They put him out of school twice this year. On Tuesday, he has a meeting coming up, and I just need to know what his rights are so we can explain it to the school. I guess I would ask, what type of program is he in, and does he have an IEP, and is the diagnosis carried over to school?
I'm going to excuse myself for just a minute, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What? Put him out of school. Okay. Yeah, I agree with Linda. And then they should have a behavior plan.
Exactly. That should be in the
IEP. So if they
yeah.
know he has, these certain behaviors, make sure you have a plan put in place for that. Like sensory breaks, or he may need to, like my son, he has to have those breaks where he has to run the hall. So, I mean, then it may be just depending on the type of behavior it is, but they should have a plan in place for your child if it's a special needs program. Yeah.
Yeah, like Emily's is they take her out for a walk or to get a drink of water. They take her and then she regroups, but that's her behavior in her behavior plan. That's all in the IEP. She said he has. Oh no, so Alexis says he has to have a behavior intervention plan with a social worker.
Yeah.
She says he's in a CBI class. I'm not sure what that is.
She says he's in a what class?
A CBI class.
CBI class.
Yeah. And then
where are you from, Kenya? Control behavior environment? No, that's not it. That's
it
not
says is it cognitive behavioral intervention? No.
Is that what it is?
Community, I don't know. Community-based instruction for special education.
Here it is. Is that what it is? Cognitive behavior intervention?
Intervention. Okay. So then there really should be a plan. And instead of sending him home because, so that you said they put him out of school, but that's not really working with the behavior plan, because the behavior plan is teaching him that when he behaves like that, they put him out. It's supposed to be an intervention that will actually correct the problem so he learns it. It's not like a thing that should be like right now, the way they're doing that, he can use it as an escape. I get to go home when I behave like this, but it should always have some plan. Well, we had some rough days. We had some
intervention. If he's in an intervention setting,
yeah, I mean, like we had some really rough days with Emily where just recently the class had to be evacuated. She was the only one in there and she was having a meltdown. She was having a hard time. And I don't know if it was about 30 minutes or so, but it's in the IEP, the steps to follow to get her to calm down, to regroup and regather herself and come back to what she's supposed to be doing, the instruction. But and we try to really stick with that, because we have to show her that, when you're done with all that, you're still here and you're still expecting to do this. We're just trying to find quicker ways to get from, this point to the point after the meltdown. But it's supposed to all be in the IEP. And I would definitely bring up the times that he was sent home. So then that way in the IEP, you have an alternative plan that you and the team have put into place.
Yeah.
Which is definitely Tuesday. I think they're having a meeting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Make sure you bring that up in the meeting. Hello, Angela. Yeah, it was awesome. That was an awesome live. I really enjoyed it. Hello, Misty. Thank you again, Dinah. And you should be proud of yourself also. You did a wonderful job with him. Yes, he has an IEP. Okay. CBI class. Yes, they have.
Yeah, back.
Okay.
Arkansas. Oh, she's in Arkansas. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Oh, we have another Michelle in here. Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Community-based instruction. Okay. So which one is it?
I don't
Cognitive
know.
or
I seen him when I googled it too. I seen it come up with both, but I think Kenya was the one that said no. Actually, Michelle said that, so I don't know.
they shouldn't suspend him if he misses more than 10 days that can affect his placement. Right. And then
Yeah.
exactly, if he wants to escape, he's going to keep
Yeah.
having the behavior. Yep. Thank you so much, Alexis. Yes. Thank you, Alexis, for chiming in. Does he have a BIP? Yeah. So that's what she needs to bring up at the
Hmm.
IEP and make sure everything is set. So if you are brand new to our Let's Talk Autism, what this is just an open discussion. Linda and I are parents just like most of you. If you have a question, just throw it in the chat. We also have Mr. Charles here, who is on the spectrum. And how old are you, Mr. Charles?
76.
76 years old, and he's wise and a comedian. And a comedian. So feel free to throw it in there. If you want to share some good news, that's absolutely fine. Towards the end, we'll invite you on up to the platform. So what? Let me see. Oh, okay, we did that one. Yes, make sure you bring that up in the meeting. Maybe request a new IEP and a behavior intervention plan. Yes,
And
thank you, Michelle.
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna say, if it's just a regular meeting on Tuesday, be sure to ask them to call an emergency IEP meeting, because then that's how you get it put into the IEP. So if they're just meeting with you and it's not writing up the IEP, you want an IEP meeting and you want the whole team to be there to implement the behavior intervention plan on that, because that makes it official.
Right. Hey, Sierra, how are you? Is there a calming room available? So that was for Kenya. Is there a calming room? Just had an IEP, which went great. Finally got my RBT in school for my nonverbal 7-year-old. Awesome. Awesome. So, how's Emily been?
Oh, she's doing. Oh, she right now. She Thursday, I think she woke up with a scratchy throat, and now she has a really bad asthma flare up. And she has allergies going on. It sounds like a cold, and
Mhm.
so she's been on the nebulizer through this weekend. She missed Friday for school. I don't think she'll be gone tomorrow. She she did the assessment that SSI wanted, the reassessment to confirm that she still has a disability. Um, so we went in for the testing, and at first they tried to say on the phone, like I was like, we're going to be in the room with her. Well, you can be up until a certain point, and then we asked the parents to leave. I said, no, I have full conservatorship. I wouldn't leave my toddler or preschooler in a doctor appointment by themselves. I just wouldn't do that.
Right.
And I was like, I have full scope, conservatorship. And they're like, let me check in on this. I said, well, I can tell you right now, if you ask us to leave, we're taking her with us. I'm not going to leave her,
That's
in a
right,
room like that.
Mama.
And I said, because she can't relate information, like this happened, or I didn't like this, or this, that. So I said, no, that's just not going to happen. So they called around, whatever. Anyways, we ended up being able to be in the room, of course, because like I said, we wouldn't have completed the test because she would have came out with us. But so they did the test. It was the DSM-5, and it was really neat to see how Emily thinks. And then it was difficult to see some of the parts that where you could see the lack. So it was really hard to see that. And when she was getting frustrated and she didn't understand things. But then the other thing was her visual. When she saw these pictures, she had to draw the pictures. She got to see
Mhm.
them, I forgot, maybe like 3 seconds or something, and she had to draw them. And she's a perfectionist, so she was getting frustrated, like, do I have this exactly right? But she did them though, and it was it was neat to see her ideas on seeing visuals and patterns and pictures and being able to recall it really well. And then you could see, like, so some of the comprehension and language and questions, which is normal in autism. It's, verbal that gets confusing, So it was neat to see. It was hard to see, but we went through it and we made it. So
that's awesome.
thanks.
Does she have to do this every year?
No, they
Is
just
this
said
one
it
thing?
randomly comes up. I think it was because she hit 18 and we got full conservatorship and she's an adult on SSI now. So I think it was just to confirm that the disability she was born with, she still has. You would think because she was born with it, it'd be different, but they don't look at it like that. Danielle, I'm telling Linda, yes. Way to go, Mama Bear. And I didn't want to address it when we got there because I was like, Emily's going to be right there and it's going to get, so, and she gets real stressed. So I was like, no, let me do this on the phone.
Yeah, so I guess I have to look forward to all of that. I got to prepare myself for next year.
Yeah.
This year, I can't believe he'll be 17. Oh, my goodness.
It's crazy. Yeah. I had to do this for the daycare, for my daycare. All the adults in the home have to be fingerprinted and they have to constantly be run through Department of Justice, for fingerprint, for criminal record. Emily had to do it because Emily's an adult now. So I had to go get her fingerprinted. And then I got the letter back saying that she has no criminal record and things like that. Steve was like, okay, so she doesn't have a criminal record. But she's an adult. So, you have to get those things done. But yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait. Sorry about that, Teresa.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that's rough.
I ruptured my eardrum when I was 16. So I know.
Oh my goodness!
3 surgeries.
Play a radio station or ask for your music on a different app.
Oh my goodness!
Who is that? Is that me?
No, that was my wash.
Oh,
I thought we were asking it a question.
Oh, I thought it was my watch. I was trying to cover my watch. I was
like, hey, Erica, I didn't have to leave my son for his evaluation. When he turned 18, that's when I had to leave. So even though you have conservatorship, Erica, and
see, you know what got me was she asked me on the phone because I said, can we stay back there with her? And she said, well, how old is she? And then I said, she's 18. She said, oh, yeah, no, there's going to be. And I said, well, I have full conservatorship. No, I think that there's still a part you're going to have to leave. Well, then why did you ask me how old she is? Because you're insinuating someone under 18 you can stay in there with. Now, if I have full conservatorship, it's as if she's under 18. So she acted like, no, because she's no. I
can imagine.
I had to call this other lady. Well, I was glad that Emily wasn't around too when I had to do this. I ended up talking to somebody else through the whole thing too. But I was thinking, no, it don't even make sense. Right. Did she do well? Yeah, she did well. She got a little frustrated, but she did well. Yeah, that's what they're starting to do. They're starting to I heard so if you apply too, you used to get every month from the time you apply. Now they give you a certain amount. This is your back pay, and they just make, they just call out how much your back pay is. But yeah, they're changing a lot of things. A lot of people are having to go through assessments now.
Wow. Even if you already have all of that information from your doctor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They make it a hassle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My daughter's autistic, but was diagnosed with psychogenic non-epileptic seizures, PNES. My question is, does anyone deal with this? And if so, have you found any material that is out there at their level of understanding?
Yeah, this is the first time I've heard of that. If is anybody out there in the chat dealing with this? So if anyone has any information or about PNES, please feel free to chime in. My low is 4. Okay. Right, Michelle, because it's just gonna go away.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing. I can't stay in the chat. I'm studying to prepare for my final. Well, luck on your final,
Yep.
Michelle. It's a great.
Yeah, I hope it goes well. Hope you do well on that test.
Yeah, I hope you do well. Well, we know you're gonna do well.
Yeah.
Yes. My brother turned 18 right before my mom passed, and I attended his evaluation and wasn't asked to leave. Okay. So you also
Okay.
have conservatorship, guardianship, legal guardianship. Paperwork was the hardest for me. Okay. What state are you in, Rachel? Hi, Mark. I'm glad you stood up for your rights. My son is 11 and he has some issues with school at times too. Yeah. Yeah, she turned into Mama Bear. Have to go off. Wanted to know if you all would be interested in organizing our own walk in the neighborhood park. I love and will try to be at the. Yeah, I go to the zoo walk. Well, I haven't been since COVID, but I went to the last 3 before COVID. I guess it was their first 3. I think that was their third one. Yeah, walk in the name of Belle. Want to do something that can showcase great part. And let's talk. Like, yes, definitely. Let's talk. That'll be awesome,
Did you
Alexa.
did you do the one at Belle Isle before? Just one at the zoo.
Yeah, at the zoo. And I did one with Autism Speaks. And I
Oh,
think we
okay.
were out where we went out with Autism Speaks. But yeah, Autism Alliance of Michigan, they hold theirs at the zoo every year.
Oh, okay.
I think the last one I went to was that year before COVID.
Oh, okay.
And I think the next one they had was virtual. And then the last one they went back to the zoo, but they had limited spacing.
Um,
They wasn't doing it like they did before. Alex says, do us autistics get burned out easier? I wish I got SSI but didn't get accepted. I work full time. Mr. Charles?
Yeah, do autistics get burnout easier? I don't know. I know it is. Maybe some of us do. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think some of us probably do. Some of us probably find things stressful that other people don't. It all depends on what you're doing, I guess.
I applied for survivor's benefits in August of last year and still haven't got. Wow, August?
yeah, I
Are
seen
they
people
still
out.
catching up?
Yeah, I seen a lot of people. They were out 1 year. They were out a whole year after applying.
Wow. And Rachel is in North Carolina. Okay. Hi, Betty. Yesterday I was on TikTok and there was a 24-year-old autistic that was being abused.
Wow. Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Well,
I hope they weren't being abused on the TikTok video.
Yeah, that's what I wonder what she means. Does mean that
right?
They were showing a video of somebody being abused. As far as I'm concerned, the only use I have for TikTok is I wear one on my wrist. We got a number of TikToks hanging in our house. That's the only use I have for TikTok.
You might have to chase me, but I will walk. Okay, Danielle. I've been trying to make sure he's okay, but can't remember his name. Oh yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope someone, if it was on one of the videos, I hope someone contacted the authorities and reported it. Hi Jill, how are you? My grandson has epileptic seizures. I haven't heard of what you're dealing with. Oh, okay, talking to the PNES. I wish you the best in finding the information. Me too. Me too. How are the services on in North Carolina planning to move next year? Oh, Michelle's making a move.
Yeah, I know Cindy and I lived in North Carolina a couple of years, but of course, we didn't have any kids or anything with us, and I can't really tell you what services are like there. But I know that in the Charlotte area, there's a Mecklenburg County Autism Society, and there's also a North Carolina State Autism Society that you might want to check into there.
Okay. Danielle says, I've done several walks in the past, but I prefer to help local organizations that I actually see serving the communities we live in now. Okay, yeah. Awesome, awesome. That's funny. Why do we mask our autism, especially if that they have HFA, high functioning? Mr. Charles?
Well, I don't know. I've never felt that I've masked my autism. I feel that I've adapted to the world around me to some degree, but I've never felt the need to conceal from anybody. Conceal once I got my diagnosis, which was when I was almost 50. Once I got it, never felt the need to conceal it from anybody. But I feel I've adapted to the world around me, but it hasn't. I don't feel that I try to cover up what I am.
Okay. So you never
I don't
felt
think
the
of
way
it,
to
what I've done
act
as
a certain
masking.
way around certain people.
I don't think of the way I've done as masking.
Okay.
I think of it as adaptation.
Yeah. Which most of us do anyway. We adapt to our surroundings, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, you think about the differences in culture. People move to different areas with different culture. You have to adapt to that culture. Even I think about one of the subjects that comes up among discussion of autism, eye contact. Difficulty some of us have in making eye contact with others. I've had to learn to do it, but in some societies, on the other hand, you have to be careful about eye contact because in some societies, like here in Western society, adults expect kids to make eye contact with them. If they don't, they wonder the kid is being dishonest or something. But in some societies, for a child to make eye contact with an adult is viewed as disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering about sleep or maybe lack of. It's a new thing prior to recently. My daughter had no sleep issues. She slept well through the night, maybe a lot of movement, but never waking. She's now starting to wake and stay up. Is things something that is normal or just pop up? Well, I know
How
with,
old is she? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh, that was it 4?
She
Is
didn't
she?
say. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
did she?
I don't know. I think so, or that may have been someone else. I don't know.
Okay. What
But
were
I know
you
with my
saying?
son, he's always had sleep issues. So
Emily got him as she got older. She probably had him the worst around 4 years old, and then we started to give her melatonin.
okay. Yeah,
And then we
melatonin
had to.
didn't work for DeAndre.
It worked very short for Emily, and it only got her to sleep. It didn't keep her to sleep. And then we actually have a prescribed sedative for bedtime now.
Okay. Yeah, we have to have him prescribe something too, because that melatonin just went flu. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, this is about the TikTok guy. No, his dad's real sick and he doesn't want to tell because of his dad. He had a video of the fight his sister was supposed to. So he had a fight with his dad.
No, as long as his dad's sick, he had a fight with some other kids. Is how I'm reading it.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
they
is he
were.
get
Yeah,
is it
that's how I'm reading it. Yeah,
okay.
maybe that's
Wow.
not what she means. That's how I'm reading it anyway.
Yeah. The
People
services suck.
people
Is that
do stupid things, and then they put it on social media. And TikTok seems to be kind of a favorite place for people to put stupid things they do.
yep, they really do. The services suck. Is this in North Carolina? If you don't have a car and already know someone who has services, then you will be left in the dark. Okay. Linda, can you take? I'm gonna go start my
Yeah.
coffee.
We had an issue. I had to start meds. Not sure what started it. With sleep, it just started. Michelle, is that what you're talking about with the sleep? Services for my son were far and few. I had to do research and outsource. Yeah, I would say I do the same thing, Mr. Charles. A lot of programs fell because of lack of support. Hi, Michelle. Great points, Mr. Charles. Thank you. I don't think they mask it. I think they try to feel normal and adapt. Nathaniel said sooner or later, some things they do or the way they talk gives the indication that something is different with them. I apologize. Hi, Mika.
Hi, Mika.
I used to give my son yogurt to help him sleep. Really? Alex says, if I struggle with sleep, I drink tea and it helps out with insomnia. Really? Oh, yes, with sleep. Oh, okay. Yeah, we had got to the point that, yeah, it just wasn't, she was having so many, she wasn't getting a full rest. She would sleep only a few hours. So we, yeah, had to do that too. Prescription medication. Yeah, I think there's a thing. Well, I guess we even, neurotypical people, when they learn things, I mean, when you're like you said, Charles, you learn your culture, you learn where you're from, as far as we eat with chopsticks or we eat with a fork. You learn these things no matter what age whether you're autistic or not. So you learn it and you gain it. But for an autistic person, sometimes actually autistic people say that that's them adapting or that's them, um, conforming. But really, they might just be learning it at a later age. We eat with a fork, we eat with the spoon, those kind of things. But I don't know. I feel like sometimes the things that they learn in ABA, and because they learn it later on in life, it's more controversial or more should we even have to learn those things is their argument.
Yeah.
The stuff.
Again, I don't know. The way I look at these actually autistic groups, I've said before, I'm old enough to remember when they used to advertise tobacco products on TV, and one brand used the slogan, "Have a real cigarette." Have a, they would give the brand name. I'm not going to say what brand it was. Some may know, but anyway, and now I don't know what brand my Uncle Bob smoked. I don't know what brand my Uncle Mac smoked, but whatever brand they smoked, it was the cigarettes they smoked were just as real as that advertised brand, and the lung cancer from which they died was just as real as the lung cancer that people get from smoking that brand. So that's how I look at the actually autistic thing. It's, come on now. You're
Yeah,
trying to
they
say
can
you're more
be.
autistic than I am because I don't share your viewpoints on everything related to autism.
Oh yeah, they get really mean. They get really mean.
Yeah, they, what I liken them, I liken to campus radicals who claim to speak for the entire student population of a university.
Mm.
And that's why I liken them to, in relation to the autistic population as a whole, these actually autistic groups are like campus radicals in relation to the student body of a university.
Mm-hmm. Where were we at, Linda? And I'm sorry, everybody, I'm eating. Y'all know it's my time.
He's now 35. When he was younger, it helped. She gave him yogurt to sleep.
Yogurt, really?
Yeah.
DeAndre can eat. DeAndre, I can't keep yogurt in my refrigerator. It definitely won't put him to sleep. I can buy the 12-pack of yogurts. If I leave them in the refrigerator and he sees them, they're gone. I can wake up the next day. Yep. But that's interesting.
Maybe it's calming and you're just not seeing the calming effect. Maybe he'd be more hyper without it. You with DeAndre, you better not take this yogurt away. That's the calm sedated DeAndre. Alex says, yeah, I do notice people talk to me differently. I guess they notice something different about me. And then Layla says, not a parent, but a wife. For sleep, I found that Oil Logic Essential Oil has a sleep spray. It's called Slumber and Sleep. You can find it on Amazon and sometimes at Walmart in the baby section. And Michelle asked, is that coffee?
Me?
No, yeah.
Oh. I mean,
yeah, she did ask you that.
Oh. Eating a sandwich right now, a sub.
That's what you said. You was going to get coffee. That's why she said, "Is that coffee?"
What?
So that's how she said it. Is that coffee?
I went in there and put my cup under the Keurig, but I forgot I had a half of a sub in the refrigerator. So while I was in there.
At least you didn't go over there and make that big sub over there, just chopping stuff up. Michelle says, now he has a prescription because it was days at a time he wouldn't sleep. And it just seems like they're not even, you would think they would sleep, so long when they finally get to sleep, but they don't.
Right.
My son will eat yogurt like it's his last taste of food.
Wow.
Jasmine says, wow. Hi, Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine.
Hello.
Hi, Jasmine.
How's everyone's weather been?
Jasmine Cheatham, do you happen to have any relatives living in Charlotte? Because Cindy and I knew a family named Cheatham down there, spelled in the same way.
Been there. Grandson could go 3 to 4 days, no sleep. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, DeAndre is like that too. He could literally, if you let him, he will stay up, and he has stayed up over 24 hours.
Goodness, it's cold in Illinois. Yeah, I heard there was snow in Chicago. It's cold in Illinois.
This weather here has been up and down. Oh my goodness. Last week we had beautiful. Oh, it was so beautiful for maybe 3-4 days. Then it got cold again. Then we got the rain and the hail.
So Michelle, do you live in the Chicago area?
Michelle says it was in the 80s, but it has cooled off.
How's the weather there, Linda?
It's this was such a cold and wet winter for us. And I was complaining that we hadn't had real winters and it was so cold. And I was like, man, I can't wait till the sun comes out, man, because I wasn't used to the cold. But now it's been warm the last few days and turned on the air conditioner already. And I already miss the cold. And it was really cold for us too
You
this winter.
miss
I was
it.
like, man, I can't wait. Yeah,
You
and
miss
man,
it.
the heat came in and I was like, I remembered what it was. Yeah. But yeah, well, I think we have some days this week it'll be almost 90.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So now sleeps all night with several medications.
Okay.
Dinah
Yeah,
says it
she's in
snowed. Yeah.
Illinois.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Snow in Chicago yesterday. Cold and wet here in Midland, Missouri,
Michigan. Midland, Michigan.
Michigan. Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
In Michigan. Oh, what she said, cold and wet, and then Missouri's huh, Emma. Still healing from last week's mid-spring summer, and oh no,
So here
suburbs.
in the Chicago suburbs. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Okay. As I lived in the Chicago area for about 8 years when I was a young man. So yeah.
Alex says sunny in California. Yeah, y'all getting hot.
Yeah, goodness. We're about to start our garden this week.
Okay, everybody. I am going to put the link in the chat. We're down to our last 10 minutes. You are more than welcome to come up if you want to say some inspirational words. You want to share something real quick. You have a business or organization you like to share. Feel free to click on the link and come on up. And I'll be right back. I have to get my coffee.
Okay.
Now.
You guys, what's she gonna come back with this time?
I heard
I knew you did. The lawn service was cutting grass and storm the other day. I'm ready to garden. Really? In the storm? What?
Wow.
Yeah, I've been ready to garden too, and this was the first year I was I'm gonna start on time, but the cold, it has just been too cold. It had been too cold, and then we had so much rain that finally now I feel like, okay, I could put my little plants out there and they won't freeze. But usually in California, you could start February, March. In my neck of the woods, we we have tornadoes. My bestie moved to Texas outside of Tyler, and tornado hit. She complained that she left Kansas for this weather. LOL. Right? She goes, oh my goodness. I hope she's okay. Charles with the good advice.
Mr. Charles. Oh, Mr. Charles.
Yeah.
Mr. Charles will be joining us. So make sure you guys set your notifications, set your calendar, put it in your calendar. Mr. Charles will be joining us live on April 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And he will share his personal journey with autism. Feel free to come with your questions. He will share all that wonderful knowledge he has.
Well, I don't know about wonderful, but anyway.
So make sure you guys be here April 26th. What day is that, Mr. Charles?
That's this coming Wednesday.
Yeah, that's this coming Wednesday. I will be sending out the information card. So look for that. And make sure you guys be there or be square.
John says shorts one day, sweatshirt the next day. Yep.
Yeah. That's true.
Michelle's she's good. Okay, good. That's good. My brother's in Florida and he gardens year round. And Mark says, thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you for joining us, Mark.
Yep.
Thank you.
Midwest
Thank
life.
you
Boot,
with us.
Yeah.
shoes, slides, rinse, repeat.
Yep. That's exactly how it goes too. So I put the link in the chat. Um, the panel's open. Just click on the link and come on up if you like to say something or share something before we sign off for the night. And once again, please set your notifications and put it on your calendar for April 26th, where we will be joined by live with Mr. Charles, who will be sharing his journey. All questions are welcome. So uh, I'm looking forward to it. Good night, Angela.
Good night.
Why sometimes SSI don't accept some people for benefits? I'm not sure.
He said he works
Yeah,
full
those
time though.
people.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
probably why your income.
Hmm.
a
Yeah.
lot of times too, you have to fight for those benefits. Um,
Yeah.
I know.
Yay,
Okay,
Mr.
Danielle.
Charles.
Yeah, thank you, Danielle.
You don't like the weather? Wait a minute. We have had all 4 seasons of one day. Right, Linda. Right.
Well, I remember one time when I lived in the Chicago area. One day or one night, they had a stationary front across the Chicago area. So if you're north of the front, it was in Fahrenheit, it was 30 degrees cooler north of the front than if you were south of the front. There was a 30-degree Fahrenheit difference between north and south of that front. So people
Uh,
in like the southwest suburbs, like in places like, I'm trying to think of some of those. They're like down Joliet, for example. It was in the 60s, and up in Elk Grove Village, it was in the 30s.
wow.
Man, that's a big difference too.
That's a big
That's a
difference.
big difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are welcome. Thanks for having me. I'm 47 and been struggling this for years and have masked quite a bit. And thank you, Mr. Charles.
Oh,
You are,
thank you for being here, Mark.
yes, thank you,
Good to have
Mark.
you with us.
Thanks, Mark.
My
My
first
first time
time here.
here.
Make sure you join. We're here every Sunday. We're live every
Yep.
Sunday. It's all about learning, sharing, and supporting one another. Just us getting together. And
Yeah, and I hope you can be with us Wednesday evening.
yeah,
It'll be at 7 o'clock Central Time.
yeah. So make sure you join us there. Set your calendar or put it on your calendar and set your notifications. Charles and Nathaniel should get together one day. Yeah, that's an awesome
Yeah,
idea.
that is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's an awesome
Yeah,
idea. So we'll have to make plans for that. That would be
Hmm.
awesome. We're doing an uptake melatonin and praying. I hope it works out for you, Kayla.
I hope so too.
yeah.
Income, for Social Security, income information. If you have a supportive therapy team, teacher services, etc., make their information available to be contacted
Hmm.
to SSI. They
Yeah, for
really
sure.
are. Hi, Sylvia. First time. Welcome. So make sure you
Welcome.
guys, we're
Sylvia.
getting ready to sign off in a minute, but we're here every Sunday except for holidays. So make sure you join us at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday for our open discussion where we learn, share, and support one another. Be sure to join us on Wednesday where we will be joined by Mr. Charles, where he will share his journey on the autism spectrum. Charles, good advice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you
to
for
have you
joining
with
us,
Thank
family.
you.
Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? We're gonna have to get that one together, Mr.
Hmm.
Charles and Nathaniel.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thank you all so much. No
Thank
one
you.
wanted to come up, but same time, same place is yeah. Yep, same time, same place. When is Mother's
Yeah.
Day? Where am I at?
It's
It's the
2 or 3 weeks
second
into May.
second Sunday in
Of
May,
May.
so that would be May. This year is May 14th.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we will be here next week. So make sure you guys tune in. Don't forget Wednesday. Remember, you are enough no matter. You are loved. Each person is different and may need more assistance, but every person deserves love. You are so right. Safety and feeling of belonging. Keep your heads taken care of and never let anyone make you feel less. Thank you, Michelle. Good night. Thank you all. Thank you,
Thanks, Michelle.
Danielle.
Good night.
Don't forget to let me know about next month. Good night. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for tuning in.
Good night, Michelle. Good night, Cynthia.
Good night, Cynthia. You have a great week too. Thank you, everybody. I
Good
appreciate
night,
each and every.
everyone.
Good
Good night.
night.
You guys next week. Or see